Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, we're in the bull run, it's in full effect and everything is great. And look, I hate to be that guy, but I've just gotta cover this because I'm seeing a few things floating around on X and stuff like that, and I'm just hearing sentiments, and I've just gotta kind of get into this because again, this is where it comes to like people making investment decisions based on certain bits of information. So I just want to give you my opinion on this, and so it can help for you to make a choice. Now, again, this isn't me telling you what to do as always. I'm just giving you information that you can help utilize when making your decision to help you come to your conclusion of what you're going to do. Okay. And so look, there's been talks about this bull run. Obviously, it's currently ongoing, and XRP, it's outperforming a lot of cryptos and stuff like that. And so I'm starting to hear talks of, is the reason why XRP is outshining a lot of cryptos is because of utility and not because of, just the general bull run itself. And look, guys, I have to say this. No, it's not utility. This is what a bull run is. And so I really want to get into this and just break this down. And just, explain it in detail as to why I don't think that this is the case and why I don't think that this is realistic. So bear with me and we'll get into it. Okay, so as I record this, and just to let you know, I do my videos in advance, so the price could be very different when you guys actually see this, but we have XRP currently at $2.51. Now, what I want to show you guys when it comes to this in terms of, what I want to show you as to why I don't believe this is like utility, etc. I want you to just look at the chart in general, okay? Don't necessarily just look at the price, and not even just necessarily the percentage gains, but I will get into the percentage gains theory just in a moment, so just bear with me. But I just want to show you these charts. So we've got XRP here up 381% in the last 6 months. So if you look at the chart, you can see it's kind of like, just waddling along, and then bang, it's just flying up, right? So now let's get to XLM, up 370% in the last 6 months. And again, look at it, it's just waddling along, and then bang, it's gone up, right? It's flying up. Cardano, just another example, 162% in the past 6 months. Again, waddling along, a bit more volatile than XRP and whatnot, but you can see it's just waddling along at a certain area, and then bang, it's flying up. One last one, Bitcoin. As you can see, again, this one a bit more volatile because, Bitcoin's the OG. So I think their swings are a bit more, a bit more volatile in that regard. And then, as you can see, it's slowly gone on its uptrend, 40% in the past 6 months. Now, people might look at that with Bitcoin and say, it's only 40% when you look at the other cryptos. This is why we look at altcoins, right? This is why we invest in altcoins over Bitcoin, because although, Bitcoin going to $100,000, that's impressive. It really is. But you've got to understand that if you got into like Bitcoin at like, $60,000, etc., it's not as big of a percentage gain as what you would be thinking as compared to if you was to get into XRP, and XRP goes from like 50 cents to $2. There's a way bigger percentage gain, and this is why personally I'm not going to invest in Bitcoin, because the opportunity to make life-changing wealth is significantly harder, right? But the point that I'm making is, if you look at all these charts, you can see the price is going, and then suddenly it starts shooting up. And that's the pattern with all of these cryptos. And let's be realistic, Bitcoin was the first coin that started moving. It wasn't XRP, right? It was Bitcoin that was moving first, and then the rest of the market followed afterwards. And so when people are saying like, is it because of XRP's utility? Like, why would you think that this is based on XRP's utility when you can clearly see that the whole market is moving together? Like, everybody's telling you we're in a bull run now. So why would you think that it's XRP's utility, right? Like, if it was XRP's utility, why now? Like, why wouldn't it have been like 2 months before or 3 months before, right? Like, why was it that it took Bitcoin to kickstart the bull run? Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not going to be utility, guys. Like, why would it be so convenient that utility kicks in as a whole bull run also kicks in? You see what I'm saying? And why would it be that, okay, XRP is pumping off of utility, but Cardano isn't pumping off of utility. XLM isn't pumping off of utility. Pick your crypto, all these other cryptos that are going up that are utility tokens. What you're saying, all of these are not pumping up because of utility. It's just XRP, but the rest of the market is just going up because of the bull run, but for XRP, it's utility. You know what I mean? This is where, guys, we've got to be a bit objective here. You know, I get it. We like XRP. We think it's great. I understand that, you know, and this price action is amazing. But, you know, starting to try and make things up to try and justify this kind of action, it's just going to lead yourself down a bad path, because you're going to be believing things that are not really realistic, right? And so let's get into a bit more, because one of the things that people are saying is like, you know, XRP's price is way higher than a lot of other cryptos. Well, okay, even if you go to XLM, as I showed you before, XLM's was up 370, so there's not a huge gap between XLM and XRP. But even putting that to the side, what you've got to understand with this is that the most logical conclusion as to why XRP has gone up so much, XRP has been suppressed for 7 years. 7 years. Now, if you ask any chart analyst, they will tell you when a crypto is suppressed, well, it could be a stock as well, whatever. When it's suppressed for so long, when eventually it is released, it will be that much higher, right? So there's a common saying, I think it's the wider at base, the higher in space, or something like that. And what that basically means is, let's just imagine you've got a catapult, right? You've got a slingshot, catapult, whatever. And let's just say you've got a stone and you're trying to fling this stone with your catapult. The harder you're pulling back on that catapult, the longer that you're pulling back, the more suppression you're giving it, right? So then when you do let go, the further it will go. And that's basically what it is with crypto, right? So XRP has been pushed back for so long, suppressed. So now, once the shackles were released in this bull run, it's really starting to fly. And that's why people expect XRP to go into like double digits and things like that, because it's been suppressed for so long. And so, you know, when people are thinking that this is just utility, when you can see the whole market is going up, you know, like, I just feel like, let's just be objective here, right? And the reason why I'm covering this is not that I'm trying to, like, you know, crush dreams or anything like that. It's because people are going to be making decisions here in this bull run as to whether they're going to sell and stuff like that, right? And my thing is if you start seeing things like this and you're not getting an alternative opinion, I will say it's my opinion, but if you're not getting an alternative opinion, you may just believe that point blank, especially for newcomers into the crypto space right now. Like, there could be people coming in who've only just heard about XRP through the news, right? Because it's in the media right now. There could be people who are only hearing XRP through that. And so they're coming in not really understanding this stuff, and they could just fall into seeing, you know, things like that, information, and thinking, oh yeah, XRP is this great utility token and I'm never going to sell or whatever, that kind of thing. And so I'm just trying to give you an alternative point of view just so you can make a decision of, okay, I've heard this point of view and I've heard this point of view. This is what I believe, so this is my choice. So if you guys still want to believe it's utility after this, okay, cool, no problem. Like, that's fine. I just want to give you an alternative point of view with some information and data to show you as to why I don't really think that's a likely thing as to what's pushing XRP right now. And so, yeah, let's get back into it then. So, yeah, like, you know, at the end of the day, the whole market is moving right now. It's not like it's just XRP by itself. But yes, XRP has gone up, you know, significantly more. It's currently outperforming Bitcoin. So, you know, absolutely amazing to see. But this is the other thing, as I say, XRP has been suppressed for 7 years. XRP throughout that whole, you know, lawsuit and through the bear market has remained a top 10 cryptocurrency. It has. It's managed to keep that spot. I don't think people understand how impressive that is. You know, the amount of people that could have got spooked out of XRP just because of the lawsuit alone, that alone could have taken it out of the top 10, even maybe the top 20, right? But it didn't. It managed to maintain its position within the top 10. And so I think what's happening here is XRP is just getting back to where it should be. Because what people don't know is, well, some people know, but what some people don't know is that, you know, XRP at one point was fighting for the number 2 position with Ethereum, right? It was actually Bitcoin and then Ethereum and XRP fighting for that number 2 spot. And so when you see an XRP get back to these levels, I think it's just taking back, you know, it's the market healing itself. It's the market basically getting back to where it should be. It's XRP getting back to its rightful place. I think that's what it is. I think it's just a correction now of, okay, XRP had been suppressed for all this time, and now XRP is getting back to where it should have been had this whole lawsuit not occurred, etc. That's what I personally think is happening. So when, you know, talk about utility and things like that, it's like, this is my thing, right? When you normally say things like this, there normally has to be like a burden of proof. right? And the people who say this stuff like, oh, it's because of its utility, they've got no proof. They're not showing you anything to evidence that this is actually utility driven. So even with me here, like I'm showing you evidence, like where I can show you charts about all the other cryptos that are running. We all know that we're in a bull run right now. XRP isn't the only cryptocurrency that is running. There's others. I've shown you proof of that. We all know that Bitcoin was the first crypto that really started the bull run. So there's a lot of data that I can give you here to say this is why logically it's not reasonable to conclude that XRP is running off of utility. It's just the bull run in action. This is what happens in bull runs. And XRP is basically catching up for a whole bull run that it missed. Again, some people might not know, but XRP was the only cryptocurrency in the top 10 during the last bull run that didn't hit a new all-time high. All the other cryptos hit a new all-time high in the top 10. That again, it missed the bull run due to the lawsuit. This is the kind of stuff that happened. So XRP is taking its spot back and, making up for lost time right now. That would be what I would conclude. But these people who are saying it's due to utility, well, what evidence do you have? What have you got to say that there's proof that there's utility as to what's driving this? Because I can give you all this information that can make you come to a logical and rational conclusion about it just being a bull run. And it being that XRP is getting back to where it should be. This is where it should be anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if that lawsuit hadn't have occurred, you'd probably seen that XRP, I'd say it'd be higher now. I do think that as well. But this is probably where XRP would be in the top 3, maybe even the top 2. Right? That's probably what it would be anyway. So we're just seeing that come back to fruition, to it getting back to its rightful place. So, to then put this into saying it's utility, well, okay, if you're going to say it's utility, can you at least just show us something rather than just saying it's utility? Because again, this is where influencers to me abuse their position, because they just throw things out there with no actual concrete evidence or anything like that, just pure speculation. And they're making it sound like that's gospel, like that's exactly what's going on. And this is where I say it's dangerous because, people are going to base their investment decisions off of this stuff, but you're not providing any evidence to back up your arguments. So here's all my evidence as to why I'm saying this, as to why I'm saying what I'm saying. The influencers who are saying that this is a utility run, please ask them to provide some kind of evidence to back it up. And if they don't, well, then that's up to you whether you want to still listen to them. But for me, this is just bull run. This is just pure bull run action. I've got a lot of cryptos that are up now, not just XRP. So I can tell that this is just the bull run. It's got nothing to do with XRP's utility whatsoever. So, again, I'm not basing my investment decisions off of that information because to me, I think it's completely false in my opinion. So I've given you my reasons as to why. I just wanted to put this out there so you guys have got an alternative point of view just in case, no one has really addressed this because again, I just want you to make an informed decision. I don't want it to just be the hype influencers who are putting stuff out there with no real factual information and there's no one there to at least challenge it so you can then come to your own conclusion. At this point, if you still want to believe it, cool, no problem, that's fine. But I just want to do my part in knowing that I'm telling you guys an alternative and giving you reasons as to why I don't think that's likely. But hey, look, the thing is, XRP is doing well and that's what matters. The thing is for most of us, we're here to make money. So I'm not really worrying in terms of whether it's utility or a bull run. As long as we're making money, who cares? But my thing is that people might base their long-term strategy on this now. They might say, okay, I'm not selling XRP because we can see the utilities in action. So I'm going to wait for, let's say, the $10,000 stuff and all that kind of thing. And that's why I'm just giving you the alternative point of view so you can then make a decision as to whether you still want to go with that or not. Your choice at the end of the day. I'm not here to tell you whether to buy or sell. That's completely your choice. I'm just offering you alternative information to help you make a clear decision. That's all I'm doing. So go look out there. At the end of the day, XRP is doing well and this is what we want. So I just want to be here enjoying the bull run. I don't want to be doing all this, this kind of counter content where I'm having to dispel stuff because I'm happy, man. I'm really excited to see where all this goes. And so, it's kind of where my responsibility kicks in. And I just feel like I have to try and give as much accurate information as I can. So I had to do this. But at the end of the day, let's just enjoy this bull run because they're very few and far between. And this is what we've been waiting for. So better luck to you guys out there. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.